Thank you to the San Francisco School Board for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Margaret Reyes, and I'm formerly employee number 18505. I'm here to respectfully request that this board begin to take responsibility for the current abuse of power amongst a few in SFUSD. In February of 2019, after I refused to drop a writ of mandate, your hired law firm, Bertrand, Fox, Elliott, and Osmond, willfully and knowingly published my full driver's license number and full birth date on a website that is publicly viewable to date. Also in February of 2019, your in-house attorney, who works directly for this school district, sent out a copy of my personal medical records that he had been specifically ordered by a federal court judge to destroy more than 6 years ago. Attached to the medical records was much commentary about age, religion, racial and ethnic heritage, national birth origin, weight, body type, gender, sexual preference, perceived lifestyle, perceived disability, marital status, pregnancy status, perceived socioeconomics, my complexion, various physicalities, clothing choices, etc. I want to be abundantly clear that your legal counsel sent out choice medical language that is highly politically charged, sexist, and can only be used against women. Again, your legal counsel had been ordered to destroy this medical records more than 6 years ago. In the interest of time, I've only scratched the surface, but I'd like to kind of review some of your PAR data that, to my knowledge, nobody has disputed. The average age for a person in PAR in SFUSD is 53 years old, 11 years older than the average age for an SFUSD teacher. This does not account for the countless people who retire simply because they are faced with going through PAR. The average age for African American women in PAR is 63 years old. At least one ethnic group is completely missing from your data. I'm willing to speak to any of you about it. Again, I ask that you start to address these current abuses of power within your school district. Thank you. So thank you for being here. As you know, I spoke about the abuse of power in 2 minutes. I did a 2-minute speech about the abuse of power with a few people in SFUSD, in particular the legal department. And as we were coming out, I saw Susan Soloman and Elaine Merriweather and Carolyn Samoa from the union, and somebody asked her something about, hey, what are you doing about the whole Skelly hearing thing? And she said, I'm not going to speak to you about it. And I said, well, will you speak to me about it? It was me. And she looked straight at me. It was about 8:14 p.m. and said, I'm not going to speak to, I don't have to represent you. You're not a union member anymore. And I was pretty taken aback. And then she looked at me and kind of smirked and said, have you paid union dues? And so just for the record, I paid union dues from 2002 until 2018 when my salary was cut off because of her, well, not necessarily because of her, but because of an illegal firing. So that's where we're at. I paid union dues for many, many years. I was fairly active in the union. I went to meetings, etc. But and I tried to continue paying them. I actually sent her several emails saying, can you send me a link to pay them after I was no longer had a paycheck to withdraw my union dues from, and they never did. So yeah, that's where she's at with Skelly hearings. And again, Skelly hearings are enshrined in the Constitution. Skelly hearings are really important in California, and a union is supposed to be all about due process, and she won't even speak. The president of UESF will not even speak to me about it. So I'm very disappointed.